Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to SimTrack's broadcast. And we are here with the National Oval Racing Association at Atlanta, as we just saw the very end of qualifying. I think right here in the evening, we may see this day change into night as we get this race underway. New repaving of the track, so everything's going to be a little bit different here, especially for the drivers trying to figure out how to navigate around this super speedway now. 156 lap stages will be at 36 and 96, 60% fuel limit, and 5 sets of tires down in the pit. This, of course, having fixed setups and no fast repairs. With an 82-degree track temperature, it should be fantastic out there, as the wind is not really going to play off too much with these guys at only 7 miles an hour. Me, of course, Patrick Morrison, the lead producer. Co-commentator next to me will be Stellar Stella, and race control will be out there in the choose cone car of Jacob Gladelick. Getting along here, moving on to our starting grid here as qualifying has just ended. Drivers are gridding up, getting ready to go here, and we'll be in it just in a moment. And let's go ahead and take a look at it here. Stella, what do you say?
I would love it.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and talk about Aaron Krolick and Kyle Rochelle. Everybody in green numbers out there will be our guys in the chase. We may fix that, as the banners on the car are going to be yellow to help signify where they are in the running. Brian Jones sits third next to Brady Most. Josh Conover on the inside of row number 3 sits next to Vincent Arthur. Now, Josh Conover is actually leading the charge here. It's ranked number 1 here moving into the playoffs. We'll see how he does here tonight, as Tom Senchak, who sits 7th, Ryan Patty will be 8th. Ton of playoff drivers here in the top, as Dylan Banks sits 9th, and Ryan Bird rounding out our top 10. Everett Couch starts 11th next to Jacob Malone. Jacob Malone, once again, out there alone with Beer Money Racing. He's going to be seeing if he can hold on there, as Jake Christenberry and Matthew George will be breathing down his neck in the first couple of laps, as they're going to be occupying row number 7. Joey Stats sitting in 15th. Cody Smith sits in 16th. Hopefully he's able to fly up to the front. Remember, I said the 20's been on a little bit of a tear here, trying to hang on, but he does make it into the playoffs. Tim Harper 17th. Cameron Thompson will be our 18th driver. And moving on to row number 10, Blake Hoppy and Nick Giles will be starting right about midfield. Pretty ugly there, but hopefully they're going to be able to turn their way up to the front, as Cody Height starts 22nd. Looks like we got Nathan Brzezowski starting in the 22nd spot. That moves us on to Dakota Hendrickson. I don't know if he's marching out. He seems to be falling back a little bit here. As Dakota Moniz actually starts in 24th, rotating on back. For the rest of the field, Zach Hollinger will start in 5th, 25th. Corey Harville, 26th. Kevin Gunther, Chris Snyder, Adam Kulikowski, and Cody Reeder. Now, Reeder joining back up with us in this number 17 car. Glad to see him rocking it out there on the outside of row number 15. Jacob Gladelick, like I said, he's our choose cone. He shouldn't be out there, but that means Brandon Dunford and Spencer Burton will be in the back of the field here, as we have 32 drivers ready to go. Getting on the lap here, waiting for Barney, and we should be ready to go here in just a moment, as the pace car looks like he gets one more roll here to take a little bit more time out there on the track. Stella, interesting enough that we are dragging it one extra lap here. Any idea why?
No, I don't, but I noticed Cody Reeder and Spencer Burton, etc., in the back. They are back there due to an EOL for penalties in previous races.
Okay, well, rejoining back, and they're finally getting back into the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's going to be them starting from the back. I see Cody Reeder. We saw him take a couple laps there, but I don't know. I don't know if he's able to get back out there. Hopefully, he is able to continue. Dakota Hendrickson, 25th so far. Hopefully, he's able to slice up. He's given plenty of gap up toward the front. Vincent Arthur actually has the most wins here during the season, having 5. So, Stella, talk to me a little bit about this track as well. What changed between the old Atlanta and now this new super speedway that's been paved?
Well, the biggest change was the 4 degrees of banking. They're up to 28 degrees now with that 2002 repave that they did. It's going to make it a lot smoother and a lot faster. This is considered a super speedway in everything but length, but they are talking about restrictor plates, but at this point, I don't think they are doing it.
All right. What year was that repaved?
Well, they did it right after the 400 was over in 2021. I mean, hours,
Okay.
and so it was completed in 22.
All righty, here we go. Let's go ahead and get her underway as Kyle Rochelle and Aaron Krolick are going to get this one taken off here. No passing underneath the red line. It is possible, but that is illegal. You cannot make an advancement underneath the red line, even if you're avoiding a wreck. So that may be taken into consideration as well as these guys wrap through 1 and 2. Getting fired off already as these guys are already still staying too wide as Kyle Rochelle is getting a little help out there from the number 19 Chevrolet of Brady Moats.
Yeah, and it does look like Cody Reeder has not chosen to attend tonight's race. So even though he was up there, he is out of there.
All right, well, maybe we'll kind of cross our fingers and see if he is able to return. Brady Moats actually rotates up a little bit in front of Vincent Arthur. Vincent Arthur still staying top 5 currently, as I believe Conover is still pushing around out there, trying to find another groove as the Busch car not having any luck, sitting behind the number 16 of Brian Jones. Now, right now, that does leave us with the top 8 unchanged here so far. Rochelle has led every lap here so far as we get lap number 3 underway. Diving back into 1 and thinking about sliding down the bottom is Kyle Rochelle, but not quite yet. Jacob Malone in the Power of the Beaver Nuggets has returned. He is sitting right now in 10th. He's moved up 2. So far, he's still slicing on through as he sits behind Tom Senchak in the Ryan Bird area. And right now, watch out for that 49 machine to really be on a tear as well. Ryan Bird needs to get a good finish here because the rest of the playoff structure here is going to be extremely tough for Ryan Bird and the number 49 Chevrolet.
Yeah, the playoff structure tonight is the first 3 races, and we have 16 people in the playoffs, and 4 of those are already below the cutoff line.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about Aaron Krolick, who got into the front. He finally broke out front, and he is leading now. Brady Moat still dealing with a little bit of a blinking issue, so we've already got the ping is high and dropping out. So Brady Moats right now top 5 and blinking. This isn't good. Hopefully Vincent Arthur, his teammate, can help dial him in and ask where in the world he is, as another Flatline Motorsports driver is having some trouble out there.
Yeah, don't like to see that. That's a giant team. So if they start having trouble, it's going to be bringing everybody around.
Yeah, well, we're looking at least 2 of those drivers are sitting in the elimination area. Cody Smith and Cameron Thompson, who are already in the process of being eliminated. They sit currently 13th and 15th in the points. Corey Harville is 14th, and Jake Christenberry sits 16th. Now, currently, Jake Christenberry on the track is hanging out in 14th, but he's going to have to really work his way up to the front here because the finishing matters here. A lot of times what you're going to see during the playoffs here, Stella, is you're going to need to see guys with wins and a whole lot of consistency. I mean, we're talking top 5s all the way to the end here if they want to make it, and that's just what you're going to see. A lot of guys trying to do is push their way up to the front, figure out how to get there, but with 156 laps getting broken down by less than 30 seconds when we're turning them here, that's looking really well. But what's not looking well is Ryan Bird on the outside here as they cross the line.
Yeah, looking at that 3 wide, boy. Don't envy Cody Smith there in the middle. All right, he is going ahead and taking a high line.
Ryan Bird loses 2, actually 1 less of a handful here, down to 14th, as he's going to be looking to see if he can get back up to the front. Not working out so well as Tom Senchak finally getting his chance up into some fresh air to the side of Brian Jones. Now, right now, Aaron Krolick is the only one in the top 10 who hasn't moved, finally returning back to the pole position and finally leading some laps after it looked like Kyle Rochelle may have had a solid chance there for a little while. And we've got guys rotating down already. It's the 56 machine I'm noticing causing trouble already of Ryan Patty. Looks like the Doritos machine going up down there and banging off the side of a different car. If I'm not mistaken, that should be Dylan Banks in the 48. And it turns out he does not want him to be his ally.
Very cute. I like it. Yeah, we've got a lot of action going on back there in the Dakota Moniz, Tim Harper, Dakota Hendrickson area. A lot of shuffling around. But so far, no party fouls.
Yep. pretty loud out there here at the track as the super speedway lights up pretty good out there. Matthew George, one of our drivers who made it in, actually the first driver who made it in to the playoffs via points. Now, he did not score out there or get a win earlier this season, but as we sit shotgun here with Matthew George, look how tough it is to see into turn number 1. You can hardly see a thing from the glare from the sun, so a lot of guys you will see won't make a move heading into turn 1 just to think longevity here on the track. You do not want to make a pass while you can't see, and that's unless you're hoping for something. Once again, the 56 machine squeezing down again down there toward Dylan Banks, but it looks like the 8 of Everett Counts goes ahead and slides in there. But Stella, notice how all of our guys, when they're coming across that finish line, are starting to get a little antsy here and tired of this 2-wide deal. Somebody's ready to start making some moves, and I think the number 20 of Cody Smith has been taking a peek here the past couple of laps.
Yeah, well, he was taking a peek like, you know, meat in a sandwich there for a little bit. I don't know if he's going to want to risk shooting up the middle again. But, you know, you're talking about wins. Of the 16 drivers that are in the playoffs, only 9 of them have actually won a race during the regular season. So that just shows you, I mean, out of these 32 or whatever drivers we have out here tonight, it's consistency. Points matter.
Yep, as we already see a couple of drivers starting to make a couple of shifts out there. Right now, Brian Jones, remember he was up in second? Now he's down to 8. So right now, the home field car not having a good run here as he's now cuddling up into the 8th position. Vincent Arthur and Josh Conover taking over 1 and 2. Tom Senchak hits 3rd. Brady Moats resumes back to the 4th position. And right now, I think Aaron Kralik,
Yes.
I think we just lost Aaron Kralik. Fortunately, a driver who has returned is Cody Reeder, finally getting back out there. I think after a couple of yellow flags that may possibly happen out there tonight, that is going to work out very, very well. So how in the world did our leader fall off the table here? I don't know. It looks like a solid disconnect here by Aaron Kralik.
Yeah, I've seen him go completely to the back twice now. Is he about 25th?
Yep, we found him. He's sitting 27th and on back. So he was in the lead, and I think there was a full disconnect there, but fortunately he was able to hold on. I think went ahead and let him march out of line there. That, unfortunately, is a horrible run there. Definitely a heartbreaker for any Aaron Kralik fans out there who real happy about him starting number 1 in the 01 car, now sits 27th. So it just goes to show you, Super Speedway Racing can shuffle it up all sorts of ways. As Jacob Malone, we talked about him earlier, sitting in that 10th spot. Now he's into 3rd. Still moving on as the Beaver Nugget machine is up front. So we're seeing if the Bucky's number 69 Ford is going to make a name for himself, as he's got a fresh grill of air out front as he's getting a full charge. Now he's underneath of Josh Conover. Great job here by Jacob Malone, especially since he's out there solo.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ryan Patty and Rochelle going ahead, tucking in, giving him some push, and we're going to get some speed here on that inside line.
Yep, well, smart move here by Vincent Arthur to make a quick block down toward the bottom. I think Vincent Arthur is about to get a little lesson here as Jacob Malone is starting to shuffle him. Now remember, these two all season have been pushing each other around, and I think Jacob Malone, we talked to him a little bit earlier here during the race, Stella. He said, not much practice, not any help, you know, as if he had a large team. But right now, he said, if I can follow along, do the right thing, I should be able to work my way to the front, and that is exactly what he has done. Front row now starting to catch the backside of our pile here as Cody Reeder's unfortunately doing about 11 miles an hour slower than the giant pack that is quickly encroaching. Here they come. Cody Reeder slicing down, staying close to the bottom, but man, I gotta tell you, he's not giving up any room. What you see from most drivers as they slide off the track, he's deciding absolutely not. I'm going to ride this red line. You guys can work your way around me.
Wow. Yes, and that is definitely creating one heck of a shuffle of everybody having to go high around the front. For sure he was going to tuck in somewhere, but at least he seems to have got up to speed.
Speaking of going high, Ryan Bird goes a little high between 3 and 4. Looks like he may have just nudged the wall just a hair there. Fortunately, the safer barrier walls will go ahead and save him. No critical damage to the edge of Ryan Bird's machine as his Chevrolet is still continuing to charge up to the front. I think Tim Harper might be dealing with a little bit of a connection issue as the number 12 Ford is having some trouble out there. Right now, I believe he's getting a good run here as he's trying to work his way up to the front in the body arbor machine, but I'm not seeing where there's any gap out there as we get on top of his car. Look how he's trying to slide around Dylan Banks. Banks closes the door on him once again, and Tim Harper now having to settle back into 16th and now 17th as the outside line gets the run.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was going to shoot up the middle there. He had a thought, but thought against it.
Well, right now, I guarantee you, Vincent Arthur thought he was going to lead the majority of this race, but now we come 3 wide to the line. Vincent Arthur, Ryan Patty, and Jacob Malone 1, 2, and 3, and that's going to march Jacob Malone out. He had a solid lead there, but it looks like everybody bailed out from behind him and tried to take it for themselves. 56 machine of Ryan Patty pushed his way up to the front, and that did not work out very well out there for Jacob Malone. But watch Malone. He's going to see if he can push that 56 and show him how it's really done. Right now, Ryan Patty's Toyota, the only one here in the top 5 as he's trying to charge him back to the front. Jacob Malone's a heck of a pusher. We've seen him shove before, but that's exactly what he's doing now. Patty now up to second. Great job. I tell you what, Stella, if I were to be out there on a super speedway, that 69 machine is the one I'd want pushing me, as Patty is now clear. Out front he goes, and now Malone's trying to push him even farther. Yes, now he has him by over a car length. This will give him the opportunity to lose a little bit of draft from the back end, and Jacob Malone will take over the lead.
Yeah, nice. And take a look at Cody Reeder. He's keeping up with them now, even though he is 4 laps down. He can, he can keep up with the big boys and give some pushing himself.
Yeah, right now I expect to see Cody Reeder out there. Right now, a teammate out there of Brian Jones. Remember, Brian Jones marched out of the top 5. Now he's back in it. And Brian Jones is out there in the number 16. If you weren't sure which one, his Chevrolet is still charging up to the front. Right now, I haven't seen much of Brian Jones, but glad to see he is back out here for the KPR Motorsports gang. And he is still keeping the charge right now. Watch that 16 down on the bottom. I guarantee you these two may link up, and I'm wondering if the guy on the inside is going to be the one who profits off any of this pushing.
Yeah, I don't know, but here we go again.
Again, 3 wide. So right now, I can guarantee you everyone has circled Jacob Malone out there, and for some reason, this reminds me a little bit of Jeff Gordon in his rookie season.
Wait.
Nobody was interested in helping him, and we are under caution.
Yes. Yeah, I saw some people getting a little out of sorts, we will say.
Yep. We'll see if we can find what happened out there. Right now, I see Brady Moats.
Yes.
Way off pace here. And our Choose Cone car will be heading out there to figure out what's going on. Let's see what happened. Wow, that's high. Let's see if we can slow down. There's Moats off the wall, into the 20, and around he goes. And it looks like it may just be a single car spin. Yeah, no cause caution there for the 20 machine at Cody Smith. The only thing that's going to be hurt on him is his little pride, as I believe a little front of the front of his car of the Toyota may have gotten a decent amount of scuffing there toward the front. We did just drop short, about 8 or 9 laps short of stage here. And Cody Smith is wondering if he's going to need to come in for a little bit of repair. Let's see if we can get a little drone footage out there. Man, that's a beautiful looking car. I think he's going to be square and he's going to be ready to get back out there and race this one out.
Yeah, looking good. I see no complaints.
All right. Do want to give a shout out to all our people out there in the chat. I am watching. Jay out there, Just Cam TV, is saying let's get it. Cody Height out there as well. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, not a bad graphic, my man. You keep keeping them on, and I'll keep stabbing them in there. Jacob Malone is even out there saying the Beaver Nuggets are back. And Drift King out there. Appreciate you guys joining us here in the chat. And definitely keep it lively, guys. I know you guys know that I talk to you out there, so don't forget to subscribe, and then that way you can chat along with me about this race. Ryan Patty currently holds the lead. Vincent Arthur sits second. Brian Jones third. Josh Conover is fourth. And Jacob Malone settling down into fifth. Now, what I was originally talking about out there was Jeff Gordon during his rookie season. Out there at Daytona, no one would help him. They were sending it 3 wide to figure out whatever it took for the number 24 to go back, yet he continued to keep charging up to the front. And really, I think as soon as, Jeff Gordon and his teammates got well together, he started winning some championships. And I think that's exactly what we're waiting on Jacob Malone to do. He's able to charge his way back out there, come up with a few more wins, and definitely pull away with this.
Yeah, well, right now, 21 down have all gone ahead and taken a pit stop. Most of them, I'd say 99.9 of them, have taken 4 tires and some fuel, looks like some repairs, and are back out on the field.
Yep. Well, I don't blame them. I think the only, if I'm not mistaken, looking to see any of our drivers that did come down, I think
Mr.
Aaron
Hoppy's. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, I think Aaron Krolick is our only driver. Aaron Krolick and Brady Moats, I think, are our only playoff drivers that came down to pit. Yeah,
No,
Cody
Kyle
Height would be
Rochelle.
included as well.
Kyle Rochelle's also in it.
Okay, so 11. All right, sorry about that. Sorry, Kyle Rochelle. All right. Choose cone should be complete. That's going to put Jacob Malone up into the front row. He's not going to have the start, though. Should go to Ryan Patty.
Hey, there's a new person out here in Indiana, Megan Beadle. She is cheering on Kristen Berry.
All right. Kristen Berry.
He's way up in
actually,
11th.
yeah, he's been working up toward the front. He had been falling back there for quite a while. So the 93 Toyota just teetering on the outside of the top 10. Sits 11th currently. All right, pace car lights are off. Get ready to get this one back underway here. Ryan Patty, Jacob Malone, the 2 rookies in the front. Both playoff drivers. And they're in the Geico restart zone. Ryan Patty in the Doritos machine. Away he goes. Vincent Arthur picking a good lane here. Away we go. Josh Conover all the way down to 9th. We'll see him return up to the top 5, I'm sure of it. But as the tires have heat cycled, this is going to be a little tricky here in the first couple of laps. As the rubber start getting laid down, and now all of a sudden it's not as much anymore, slowed down. So probably once we cross the start-finish line, these tires should be heated up pretty well, and we'll see these guys start shuffling around again.
Yeah,
Definitely want to be careful here with the new tires, as the driver number 20 is in a lot of trouble. Looked like Kristen Berry was trying to rearrange them there.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was watching Ryan Bird up there at the front. Was kind of slow on that takeoff. Don't know if he was having any kind of loose issues or if it was just being careful, like you say, with a
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, that's why they always say be careful with a pusher. It's in 3rd or 4th in line. They can end up shoving the guy up front a little cockeyed there, and that's exactly what we just saw. Tom Senchak, not a bad job. Trying to kind of straighten out that push, but also another great job out there by Jacob Malone. Malone getting a little nudge there from the left rear, and that definitely didn't spin him out. It seems he's no worse for the wear, and he's continuing on up to the front. Speaking of the front, Brian Jones out there playing around with the top spot. Right now, that is the number 12 of Tim Hartwell. Position now 14 as he comes into 3rd. Chevrolet, Toyota, and a Ford were sitting 1, 2, 3 there for a blink of an eye, but Ryan Patty goes ahead and takes that lead lap with the 56 Toyota out front. And now Brian Jones and Vincent Arthur and their Chevrolets are still trying to reel these guys in and try to figure out how they're going to pass. But Stella, we're only so far into this race. And it really, some people would say this doesn't matter, but I would say we're 2 by 2 for most of this race here so far. And these guys are really hauling it to get the stage win, and they want to get out front and get it right now. The biggest driver right now is Ryan Patty, who definitely needs this stage win to help him throughout the remainder of these playoffs.
Oh, sure. 6th place is never safe when you've got only 3 races to make sure that you're moving forward.
As we're sitting on board here with Ryan Patty. Take a look back. You notice how rough push you see Ryan Patty jerk a little bit. He's at right there again. So Vincent Arthur is now starting to slide across his rear bumper.
Yeah, he has been actually, and I was a little concerned with that. I first started to think he was blocking the person behind him. He was zigzagging so bad, but yeah, not too confident on the continuation of that being a good thing.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Vincent Arthur goes up, gets a little bit of a run, and then tries to make a push. But now he's deciding to take everything into his own hands here as we are shooting 3 wide, 4 wide across the line. That's going to be nothing but trouble. Here it comes. Tom Senchak involved. Our leader, the 56 machine, involved.
Yes. Oh, my heavens.
And right now, the 26 has got to put in reverse. The banking is too high to grab a hold of this anymore. Is he frying the tires off? Looks like the 55. Whoa, that was close.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Ryan Patty, I believe, had to tow.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
we
Corey
had
Harville,
people
Aaron
airborne.
Krolick. We had guys broken to pieces out there. Drivers involved, we'll talk about it. As that should be our stage.
It will be, yes. This will be both stage and cause caution. So.
Well, I could understand the 2 or 3 to the line, but stabbing it in there for a fourth for a couple extra positions on the finish just goes to show you the desperation that some of these guys have heading into this race and kind of their thoughts on the after effects. Let's take another look at it here. Yeah, you see Jacob Malone right there. Looking toward the inside 69 machine. I think he's going to survive this.
Look sideways, but yep. Look at this. All the way over on the lid.
Yeah, it looks like the 55 machine and Kevin Gunther gets nailed too. As the pace car is already out for the stage break. He's already trying to work his way through it here.
My heavens, that was Conover. I didn't even see he got in it.
Yeah, as it looks like there was even trouble even after the fact. Here's the 42, so remember he's sitting about caddy corner to the right side. When everything looks good, you see it all sliced to the left.
Jeez. Ooh, good dodge there. Oh.
Yep, good thing that was the pace truck.
Yes!
I want to take one more peek here at Kevin Gunther during this caution. As he's all the way back here. Dylan Banks and Geilis are to his outside.
Rochelle's in front. Oh. Yep.
Was that the 84?
Is that 84?
Of Cody Height?
I think so. Yeah, came over to avoid.
Okay. That's definitely a bummer. Drivers involved. Everett Couch, Dakota Hendrickson, Tom Senchak, Kevin Gunther, Josh Conover, Adam Kulikowski, Blake Hoppy, Ryan Patty. All involved.
That's a lot of bent up metal.
Yep. Well, right now, a lot of them are still sitting down pit road. They're working their way out now. Hoppy as well. Looks like Couch is still sitting in pit. Hate to see this for him. Hopefully he is able to continue. The number 8 machine, Conover, got the back end torn off of that machine. I do not see anybody out there in the car care center, so it looks like everybody else is going to keep it going. And Ken Kleba out there is asking about our KPR team. Stella, go ahead. I believe I said something earlier here about the KPR team. Who is occupying that team?
My KPR, Cody Reeder, and Brian Jones.
Right. Yep, Brian Jones, who's currently sitting in the lead in the 16 Chevrolet. Pace truck lights are still on. Looks like we're going to go around one more time. Yeah, I'm waiting to see. I think Corey Harville in the 92 Toyota. may have taken it to the garage here.
Without even coming to the pits. He made it the lap 35, and then that was it. Unless he just had a disconnect.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to see if there's anything going on. Drivers for an extended amount of time. Ryan Patty in the 56 Toyota. 4.5 minutes in the box. 2.5 minutes for Josh Conover and Tom Senchak.
Wow. That's going to change their race tonight.
Well, even the guys who were able to pull the fenders and the hood out.
Oh, nope. Harville left. We just got confirmation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a tough one to work out there. Hopefully, Mr. Harville will be able to return. As he is, remember I said he's currently sitting 14th in the points. There's still a lot of race left here. Yeah, the 16 machine is the car that Dustin Kaliba was in, yes. And away we go. Boy, he have a jump. He was ahead by a car length to start, so interesting to see Vincent Arthur not start side by side. He sits kind of at his right quarter panel, that way he doesn't miss the launch. He's now going to rely on Dylan Banks entirely here to help push him around. And Stella, this is a lot different than what we saw in stage 1.
Yeah, we have a lot more shuffling going on and a lot of new faces up here in the top 10.
Yeah, that we do. Only 3 of the drivers sitting in the top 10 are not in the chase. Jones gets shuffled out immediately here, falling way down now to 5th. In a matter of a lap here, he goes from the lead to battling for his life to stay above where Dakota Moniz is. Moniz, remember, he had a late season win, and that was the complete undercut from most of the guys that had been making it. And great job out there by Dakota. Stella, we talked to him out there even in the booth, and Dakota Moniz is so beside himself because he came away with the win. And if I'm not mistaken, that was at Talladega.
That was at Daytona, actually.
Oh, excuse me. Yep. Sorry, wrong super speedway. All right, looks like we got something happening back here. Like something going on, contact with the wall out there. If I'm not mistaken, that's something going on with Kralik. And no, okay, Stella, so this is what's happening. He is actually blinking out yet again.
Okay.
And what it's doing is it's confused where he is, and we are actually getting a full view of where this is happening here.
He's
right
crazy.
Now, we're currently trying to find him. So what'll end up happening is you're a driver behind somebody blinking like that. You'll see him shoot into the air, slam off the wall. You'll see him all of a sudden turning left, then he'll be facing you, and that's iRacing trying desperately to place him out there on the track where the last place it saw him and the trajectory that he was taking. So very, very tough for Aaron Kralik, as boy, his connection just keeps absolutely destroying him here tonight.
Yeah, he is still not moving, but falling back to 27th. I don't see him. And now he's back and he's in 19th.
Yeah. Well, right now, I guarantee you they told him to march out of line here. Here he is down on the bottom.
Oh, my.
Yeah, that is definitely hateful, especially for the guy sitting 5th in the points. Yeah, he may be coming down until he fixes that connection. They may have black flagged him.
Do like an update or something, you know, shut down that update.
Yeah, or
you don't
smooth
need
it out
Microsoft that much.
Right. Right. All right, Brian Jones has the lead here.
Yes.
Number 20, Cody Smith out front. With him and Kyle Rochelle sitting 3rd. Hopefully we'll get an update of what in the world happened to Harville out there and why the change. Hopefully he is able to keep going. I just hate seeing you fight your way to get into the playoffs here, and then everything just doesn't go quite right. Lap 46 underway, 47 as we cross the line. Look at the number 12 machine of Tim Harper. Not only is the 12 signify the car on the side, the number on the side of the car, but the number of places currently that he is picked up out there on the track. He is the only Ford right now that I am seeing sitting in the top 15 drivers. As it is all Chevrolet town out there. Toyota leading the race. The next Toyota you'll find is Jake Christenberry sitting 15th.
Yeah, and finding Josh Conover and Tom Senchak and Ryan Patty, you'll still have to look in the pits. They have not come back out yet.
Yeah, difficult run here tonight as Aaron Kralik has made a full disconnect now. I think he's definitely trying to get back into this race. That, unfortunately, for a driver like Cody Reeder, who needs a few more cautions to get on the lead lap, that's going to definitely work for him, as here's one for him now. No caution. Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Race control. Sees nothing. Holy cow. Looks like we're the home plate umpire of the 2001 World Series.
Oh,
what in the world are you looking at? Wow. Okay, well, we got 3 or 4 drivers spinning out there on the track, yet we remain in the forward direction. Adam Kulikowski way off pace here. Nick Geilis all the way back here in 23rd. And Stella, I guess everybody keeps in the forward direction and no one turned backwards, but look at the damage on the 20.
I was just going to say, what in the world is he doing down there?
Yeah, massive amount of damage to the 20. And we'll see if I can find something that ended up happening to him out there.
My goodness, maybe it was off the race surface or something like that that would not have it called?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what happens to the 20 here. I'm going to kind of stick with the 20 and see what happened right there. Clink. So Matthew George gets collected up here. And that keeps everybody in the straight direction. You would think the 20 would get a caution flag here for debris on the track, but no dice.
Nope.
Boy, that takes another playoff driver out.
Yeah, he may be down there for a little bit.
Yeah, driver was also involved in that mix-up. Ended up being the Hellman's machine out there of Matthew George. Looks like the 5 Chevrolet has seen better days as he's currently 19th out there on the track.
He's got himself a little train, so maybe he can, you know, pick back up and join. We've seen it before, join back up with the big crew.
Yeah, well, taking a look at some of the times, though, already on that backstretch, he has lost 3/10 to Blake Hoppy, who's currently sitting 18th.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so right now that is painful. He's going to have a hard time catching up. Jacob Malone in it, too. Right now, 17th. Joey Stats at 16th. And I think right now, scratching his head is Jacob Malone looking forward at his teammate there. Kevin Gunther sits 15th. Jake Christenberry, 14th. Brzezowski. Not bad. A driver we haven't mentioned at all here tonight. Brzezowski up 9 positions, sitting 13th. Ryan Bird is 12th. Brandon Dunford out there in the Coast Guard machine once again. Up 21 positions, sitting 11th. Not bad. And Zach Hollinger sits 10th. Stella, you want to walk us through the rest of the top 10?
I could.
Cody Height sitting 9th. Cameron Thompson works up to 8th. Brady Moats is now 7th. He's sitting about 3.7 seconds ahead. Dakota Moniz sits 6th. Dylan Banks is 5th. And then we've got to once again look another second ahead to find Vincent Arthur just off the tail end here of Tim Harper, Kyle Rochelle, and our leader, Brian Jones.
No wonder I was mixed up. You were going up. I was trying to go down. Sorry about that.
Yep. Well, that's all right. We'll keep it going here. Brian Jones enjoying his time out front. Next stage we'll have is at 96. These guys got about another 41 laps left to go before they reach that point. Brian Jones still tearing around out there. I guarantee a caution was expected out there on the track, but they do leave the cautions out there up to iRacing. I would say a little overriding may need to be done here at a super speedway. A lot of net code happens at this track. So a few things can get tumbled up and mixed up. If these front four don't work well together, this is going to give a little bit of an opportunity out there to Dylan Banks, Dakota Moniz, and Brady Moats. Now remember, Moats has been in some trouble here tonight. Remember, he was the first caution here tonight who ricocheted off the wall. And he is currently sitting 7th.
Not bad.
Yeah, Tim Harper is the only other vehicle other than a Chevrolet here in the top 10. And they still continue to roll up front. As I am waiting desperately to see if these guys can end up catching our leaders. Unfortunately, it does look like they're dropping off about 10,000ths of a second each lap, so they are still holding their own. They just need to wait for that front clump to start failing here, but that is over a second and a half that they are going to have to make up. And here it is. Now it's starting to build up once again as they are breaking apart. Dylan Banks, Moniz, and Brady Moats look like they are going to be still playing chase. And Stella, talk about 4.5 seconds back. Now's where we find our big pile of guys out here. And I expect these guys to really start making a name for themselves and working their way up to the front. But Stella, fastest time out there for a driver like Cameron Thompson, 29.62. What was his last lap time? Well, that was 30.1 seconds. Not bad. I mean, not bad fall off here for them just last pitting on lap 36.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everybody up here, there's not really any advantage. They're all having been down 36, 37 a lap count. So it was all in that that spin out that shook up the field.
Yeah. Speaking of shaking up the field, we'll go ahead and pull up a track map and show you how kind of blown apart it is. Yeah, right now I would say Brady Moats should be thanking his lucky stars with a 50-second pit stop time, and he's sitting 7th. I mean, that's crazy. So he was able to work his way right through that wreck that happened there in the front. Stella, do we have any updates on our guys out there for Tom Senchak and Josh Conover?
No, they are still down. Well, they spent 12 minutes. Josh Conover did, but I think he is on his way back. Although he's really a lot. Oh, back down. Yep. Done.
Yeah, Conover was able to get back out there, but it looks like he is rejoining back down pit road. Tom Senchak is able to return as he gets behind the Celsius machine out there. Not bad as he is able to continue the race. This will help him very, very well as he needs to pass Aaron Kralik and Cody Smith as Tom Senchak is currently sitting 3rd in the points. Boy, you want to talk about just absolute breaker here is the number 1 guy and the number 3 and the number 5 points holders, that is, have been in some sort of a
and 6
incident.
Ryan Patty also.
Yep. And Ryan Patty's up to almost 17 and a half minutes.
Yeah.
So I do not see the chance of Ryan Patty returning to this race.
No, because I think Conover is considered 22 laps down now.
And 30th. Yep. Right now, pretty smooth out there. No one, I don't think we're going to see anything really happen, as our drivers are still staying pretty single file out there. No one really trying anything funny. I think another driver goes down here. Trying to see who that was riding on that outside line.
Purple. Yeah. Saw purple go by.
Yep.
Sorry.
I think that's actually Conover still rotating. There he is.
Yep.
So I don't know if Conover's currently underpowered. Like he's sitting about 170 miles an hour. That's still well shy of everybody else at 180. So he is dropping off the back of that deal. Looking to see if he's got some damage that's still on the rear of that car.
Does not look bad.
No, but check out that pile catching up behind him now.
Could
got his
either
work
be
cut out for
helpful,
him here.
helpful or hurtful. We'll
Yep.
find out in a minute.
So we'll see where that leads him there. He's trying to catch up to a teammate of Brady Moats. And where Cody Height comes into this. The 84 machine out there. The 84 Chevrolet. Looks like they are rolling it back here to some of the paint schemes you used to remember early on in the season. So we see the Bucky's machine is back. The Sunny D machine is back. And look at this. Man. Yeah, look at Conover trying to figure out where he can work his way back in there. Well,
Yeah,
Conover's destroyed. He's just unable to do it.
Just can't keep up with the pace.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to figure out somebody can snug in behind to help keep up to speed here. Because I think he'd like to still enjoy the rest of this race, even though he's out of the running now. Currently, all our leaders are crossing for the 68th time here tonight. Josh Conover will be crossing for his 46th.
So we have 3 so far who have taken it to the garage. Cody Smith, Aaron Krolick, and Corey Harville. The others are still maintaining, or at least trying to get back out there. I think Ryan Patty may be, at this point, spotting.
Yep. Yeah, I would definitely assume that as well. Can you give me a team that Ryan Patty may be spotting for? Is it Full Send Motorsports?
I can check on that.
Okay, I believe it's with Adam Kulikowski, Kevin Gunther,
Yep. Full
Kristen
send.
Schneider, and Jared Mayo.
Yes. So they already have a spotter.
Yep. All right, let's talk about our guys that are coming down into pit. Vincent Arthur, Dylan Banks, Brady Moats, Cameron Thompson, and Cody Height. Noticing, hey, we got to come down one time to pit here before the lap 96 stage caution. So, all right, now a little shuffle up already starting. As Brian Jones is already considering he's got to come down. Very fast through 3 and 4 there. He's trying to keep as much speed as he can heading into the pits. Man, he locks them up.
I was concerned with they passed Guileless. They're really scary.
Caution.
Oh.
Terrible timing here.
Yeah, so what do you do? Do you drive through and then
Pit.
come back in while you're on?
Nope, you pit right now.
You pit. Okay.
You're already committed to coming down pit road. You've given up the track position. You pit now.
Okay.
As the pace car is out in front of you no matter what, you get back out there. The guys who have not pit, are going to come down, and then you're going to move up on the field. You're just going to end up
Okay.
about 3 or 4 laps short on fuel compared to the guys who will be pitting later.
Okay. So, what do you think happened?
I am not sure currently. I'm trying to
Okay.
find a driver that may have ended up in some trouble out there. As I believe this will give Cody Reeder another opportunity to get back in it.
Ah, splendid. Oof. Here goes a whole nother bunch of them headed down.
Yep. I'm trying to see if I can find a damaged race car out there. Or something may have happened.
Behind 11s, 15s.
See if there's anything we can see. Nothing here around Spencer Burton.
That's exactly where I was looking. Yeah. Because he's considerably behind. He's just on lap 71 at this point. Thompson, Height, Guileless, Spencer.
Well, Stella, if you can find out from race control why we have a caution, that may be useful.
I can.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see if we can try to find you something out there of what caused this caution and why. Not 100% sure, as I'm not seeing many drivers that are actually marching down into the bit here. Alrighty, well, we're going to give a quick peek here. One more shot, as they're saying there may be a possibility of Ryan Bird. Something happened on the way in. Oh! Got the number one out of sorts.
Well.
Brandon Dunford, I guess, had the choice made for him there by Ryan Bird that he was not going to pit.
Wow.
Yep. Well, I don't know how that's going to fare here. I would assume Ryan Bird, I think, probably takes an EOL here, starting from the back.
That way he'll serve a caused caution ahead of time. Or during the race, which is always better.
Yeah, which really screws this up as you see the guys trying to slice around him there. As we are back under green. Away we go. So lap 75, we resume underneath green. Tim Harper out to the front. The number 12 machine getting his time out in light. Oddly enough, the inside line finally taking the lead. Vincent Arthur once again chooses the outside. But that line has been quite fruitful for him all night. Vincent Arthur now has the lead as he's slinging down the front stretch to the line. He's got it. But as soon as they come off 3 and 4, I would probably say any driver that starts from the inside might want to rotate to the outside to get that lead, because that has taken Tim Harper from the lead down to 5th.
That was fast.
Yeah. You notice the slicing around here as Dakota Moniz drops down to the bottom. Goes ahead and cuts off Tim Harper to go ahead and stay in front here as he gets into 4th. Up 20 positions for Dakota Moniz. Not bad if he could just hold this out. Oh, Tim Harper. Hang in there.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get in the chase here. A little bit of that Michelin chopper view here from over top. I believe there's already trouble happening along the back. Notice the 16 machine of Brian Jones trying to come back into play.
Yeah, he's in 11th currently.
Number 22 machine there of Nathan Brzezowski. Boy, look at the pushing and shoving that you see here on this back. The back stretch there. See the number 69 rejoin us here. Jacob Malone sits 8th. Yep. He currently came in and pit on lap 71. So right now the playing field's pretty much flattened out again.
Yeah, you know, they widened that front stretch to give them more of that side-by-side racing, but the corners, they don't do this in the corners.
3 wide here. Kristen Barry to the outside, Malone in the middle. On the bottom, Brzezowski in the middle.
Yeah, because they took this the corners down from 55 to 40 feet wide. It is really narrow in the corners. They wanted to shake them up a bit.
Boy, as they keep slicing their way on through, Brandon Dunford now laying down some of his fastest times. He was our driver who ended up in that caution.
He's doing pretty well for taking that hit.
Yeah, looks like they were able to pull that fender out and get him back to it. A little squish on the side. Also some time down pit road, 54.8 seconds. So he did give his pit crew some time to go ahead and try to straighten the Coast Guard car out.
Is that Tim Harper in the middle there? 3 wide up about 2 rows? Ah, okay, they squared away.
Yep. Arthur still leading the race, Brady Moats and Brian Jones. And remember, we saw the 16 sending it 3 wide. He's now rejoined back into the top 3 here and has been on a tear ever since. Holy cow, watch this. Whee! Down to the bottom. Dropping off the table, though, does go the 19 of Moats.
Yeah, which really hurt that inside line.
Yep. So now Blake Hoppy, who just barely missed the playoffs, is going to be looking to prove himself out there in the red, white, and blue number 91 Toyota. Look at that outside line. I'll tell you, that's probably got to be the place you want to hang out. I mean, I know maybe single file taking the inside, but I just don't see the outside line really working. But that always seems to be a super speedway thing, is taking that outside line and then pushing your way up to the front. Which, notice, once again, here we go. Jacob Malone and Vincent Arthur going at it again. Right now to the line, that's going to go to Vincent Arthur.
Wow, just by a tiny bit of a bumper.
Yeah. Well, oddly enough, it seems as soon as you exit the turn, they've got the speed, but somehow they're able to cut just enough to the inside.
Take a look at Christenberry.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to leave him out. I'm not going to leave him out. He's up 9 here, gaining on to the 4th position. It looks like the Air Jordan car is just trying to hold on. Christenberry needs to give Malone a shove here. There's just not enough turn exit speed to provide that for him.
Now, talk about a guy who could really use some nice points in this race, because he's sitting 16th. He is in the playoffs, but right at the cutoff. So with some of these other top drivers being down for the night, he could really make some inroads.
Yeah, well, he definitely needs a good points finish, like you said, but, you know, how does this fare for him moving on to the rest of the season? You know, as we keep seeing this, you know, guys keep, you know, drum roll, you know, what we look at is, you know, yes, if he has a good finish here, how's this going to fare for him once we end up at a road course later on in the season? And what is it going to mean when we get back to more of these mile-and-a-half cookie cutters? It just, which I think what you're saying is, you know, he's got to get the points here tonight and each and every race from here on out.
Yeah, everybody. Yes, each and every race, it's consistency. You know, even if you don't get a win, if you're in the top 5 every time, you got a pretty good chance of moving on. Now, later in the, like you say, later in the season, later in the playoffs, when the top 4 places start filling up with different winners, unless one person, you know, wins them all, and then at least, you know, 3 other people coming in on points. But yeah, be here, show up, you know, race clean, and you've got a good chance.
Yeah, I would probably also say, taking a look at it here, whoa, 3 wide, here we go again. 55, and Kevin Gunther taking his shot to the outside. He's going to have some help, though. Good angle here. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher and take a peek at the 55 machine, trying to make something of this here as he's trying to follow behind Tim Harper. Harper decides not to, stays down at the bottom, and Kevin loses connection. Look out. Dakota Moniz needing a great finish as well. He's able to slice by. And once again, Brian Jones fighting from the outside of the top 10, breaks in, and he is still trying to work it there on that outside line. Now, a driver we've seen that has been consistently up front is Vincent Arthur. How he's able to hang up front while everybody else seesaws in the top 10 is beyond me. But whatever that 24 Chevrolet is doing, he's going to keep doing it because it's working.
Yeah, there's something in the air. I'll tell you, as far as Vincent Arthur goes, once he gets that fresh air, he usually can use it to his advantage in no uncertain terms.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive how he can get there. You know, he did start outside the top 5, and it was definitely a kind of a tumble-up.
We fixing the hit lap traffic?
Yep, I think so, and we're going to end up in a little bit of trouble here as we rotate into him here. If I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to see vehicles that is. I don't know if that's Josh Conover. fairly certain it is. Maybe not.
No. Ooh. Who just...
Yeah, I think that's Aaron Kralik returning.
Aha! All right.
All right, 49 machine in the 8. So Ryan Bird and Everett Couts. They're going ahead and getting off the racing surface. They're not bad. Good sportsmanship by those two. Go ahead and letting this extremely fast pile of cars get by them here. They're reaching up around 194 miles an hour.
Phew.
Well, it definitely might explain why they were talking about restrictor plates out here. These guys are definitely cooking, and I knew the cars weren't built for that kind of speed. You can ask Kurt Busch about that.
No, I don't want to ask him anything.
No, he's out with a serious concussion, and I believe his racing career is over. Due to the rigidity of the next-gen cars, ended up hitting the wall, and it kind of scrambled them like an egg.
Wow.
Yep, which is real unfortunate. And that is Kurt Busch, the older brother. Yep. So Vincent Arthur, as soon as I say that, Vincent Arthur marches out of the lead, sits 5th. So Jacob Malone now getting his time to shine out front on lap 94. He's only got to hold on for a couple more laps here, and he'll have a stage win, but look who is right behind him of Dylan Banks. I'd be really surprised to see a Flatline Motorsports driver here. Ooh, shot to the wall. Man.
They actually do.
Dakota Hendrickson.
They do put restrictor plates on Atlanta now.
Okay.
I knew they were talking to them, but they did.
Oh, boy. Stella, we have got a race here, especially on the back line. Taking a look at it. Pace truck getting ready to fire up here. Tim Harper getting loose. He messes up. Tim Harper gets loose and cross the line first is going to be Jacob Malone. Stage win to the 69.
All right. Followed by Dylan Banks and Vince Arthur.
Yep. All right, we're going to still leave that as a soft number. When they cross that line, I know the number 12 was all over the place. Tim Harper looked like he got way loose, maybe got a bad push there on the bottom. And that caused him to loosen up and head on up the track.
So it's going to be mass exodus into the pits.
Of course.
All right.
All right, everybody coming down. Tires and fuel, and I'm sure this is going to be a redo. The driver that just can't seem to get back on the lead lap is Cody Reeder.
Oh.
Yeah, he's desperately trying to get up there.
Yeah, but he's got Couts, Bird, and Guyless in front of him, I think.
Right.
For Lucky Dog.
Yep.
Ouch. Yep. So did Spencer Burton has chosen to stay out. There he goes.
Yep.
He was just a late bloomer.
Well, definitely getting one of his laps back. Spencer Burton was a lap down or so.
Okay.
Alrighty. Would say the race off pit road would matter, but normally it does. I say it doesn't ever since the choose cone car was implemented. You can make the rush out of there, and well, Jacob Malone will be in the front of some row, but there's no saying Blake Hoppy doesn't start to his inside or outside, as everybody else may follow behind Jacob.
Gotcha. It might also be a quite a tactic, because Jacob can get a good run going when he's calling the flag.
Yeah, but you also saw how he punished himself there at Darlington. He drove the tires off that car and then just didn't have anything there at the end. So has he learned anything from this? Is he going to check up a little bit and try to see if he can hold on for a little bit later? We'll see. We'll see. I would hope Jacob Malone would try to take it easy on this, but it being a super speedway, maybe a little tough on those right side tires. Yeah, it's a possibility. But when we're seeing Jacob Malone, he's going to be starting from the inside row here. And we've seen time and time again, the outside line is the faster line. Now, any idea why Jacob Malone would start here from the bottom?
Negative.
I would hope that Jacob Malone is starting from the bottom for race start capability and see him rotate up.
Okay.
That would make more sense than trying to start from the outside and watch the inside line slice with more speed and hoping that everybody will hold behind you and help push you again to the front when you're on the outside.
Now, who he does? Okay, he has Hoppy behind him.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Hoppy and Tim Harper. So Kristen Berry lines up behind Vincent Arthur and Dylan Banks. Banks out there, not one of our playoff drivers. I think we are split 5 and 5 out there in the top 10.
Okay.
5 playoff drivers, 5 non-playoff drivers. This is why you still show up, even though if you are not competing in the run. But let's go ahead and let her rip. Jacob Malone getting a good start here. Good job not changing lanes. I know it's definitely a thought. There we go. Malone rotates up, blocks. Excellent job here. And that's exactly what you want to see. Now Dylan Banks is going to let him know about it. We've seen Malone do very well with some odd angled pushing. And you hear Malone trying to ride that gear out as much as he can. Malone helping the inside line, bring up a little bit of aerodynamic bubble, and Malone not going to have a chance as I believe he's getting ready to lose the lead. Unable to return back to the outside line as they cross the line here to start lap 100. Malone still holds on to it though. Dylan Banks to the outside waiting for the Vincent Arthur push. And whoa, man, are we going to be early here to a lapped car? Yes. 56 machine down and off. Right now, that is the 56 of Ryan Caddy. 40 minutes and 47 seconds down pit road. That machine returns back to the track.
Yeah.
Yep, that puts Corey Harville down another position, which Harville did not need to leave so early.
Come on, Hoppy.
Harville was down to 14th. Yeah, and Hoppy getting all over the place. Stella, you got eyes like an eagle here. You see where the trouble's at. So is Hoppy going to be able to hold this one on as Jacob Malone desperately is looking to see if he can help that inside line, and they don't seem to be returning the favor here.
Yeah, no, right off the Geico restart zone, Hoppy was a little bit late on the get up and go, but he also is not really giving him some pushing help. Some aerodynamic help maybe, but he's got to get up there and really, there we go. Try to turn that bumper into a U shape if they're going to be making any progress.
Yeah, well, you think Blake Hoppy's Toyota would be a very good pusher here. Hoppy seems to be getting a little bit loose, and I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the car make and model out there. If that Ford of Jacob Malone, that thing is just not shaped right for him, and they're both curved, and that's why he's having some trouble. He doesn't have more of that Chevrolet rear bumper that seems to be so flat that these guys are able to, almost link up and shove, which right now, great job there by Hoppy. Once again, gives it a push. But notice how Hoppy pushes and rotates up the track heading into 3 or into 1. So right now, this is very sketchy out there for Jacob Malone to see if he can hold on to this. But enough here with the top 5. Let's check back here with Kyle Rochelle, as I think there's a little bit of trouble happening to his outside, starting with Nathan Brzezowski there on the outside line.
Yeah, I think part of that is coming from Kevin Gunther blinking and kind of making some people nervous.
Now Kevin Gunther saying he can hold on to a 27 machine up top. Yeah, well, he was thinking about going up top. Kevin Gunther's letting him know, hey, buddy, I'm still out here. Wow, oh, no. We end up with some more trouble out here. Hopefully they are able to hold on to it, though. I believe that is the number 41 of Cameron Thompson, the purple machine. It looks like it's a twitch on the side of that car. And I think he's trying to see if he can fight his way up to the front. Let's sit on board here. Got to get a left front fender look at where he can or can't go.
He's been having a wild time tonight, I'll tell you. I have seen that purple car in the strangest of places, but he is maintaining and currently sitting in 12th.
Yeah, right now Cameron Thompson. Oh man, another driver who's outside of the chase. Right now he is currently in the elimination zone. He's got to get back to it here.
I was gonna say he's still in it, but he is below the line.
Yeah, I hate seeing that. Seeing kind of how that pushes around. Yeah, speaking of pushing around, take a look at a lap car of Cody Reeder. Currently, he's 25th. And he is still out there in that Venku machine trying to make something of it here tonight. Nice. As he is currently 2 laps down. He does need to get almost a caution here and stay out while everybody pits. I mean, he's going to need a lot of things to go his way to get back on this lead lap. And Stella, why did Cody Reeder end up starting from the pits tonight? Was he serving a penalty, or did we have the same connection issues that everybody else was?
No, he actually was on a penalty and needed to start. He wasn't allowed to qualify. There we go. So, yeah, Spencer Burton, Brandon Dunford, Cody Reeder, all could not qualify tonight.
Well, we get up in the Goodyear blimp, taking a look down here at Atlanta as everybody gets along that banking. Notice how as they go past the signs here, these guys are almost at a 30-degree angle wrapping through there, and that is at 180 miles an hour as they shoot around that turn. So, guys, super excited about the speed that they can go out there. Vincent Arthur still in the lead. Blake Hoppy sits second. Dylan Banks is third. And I think Jacob Malone, once again, throwing his hat in the ring, trying to get in the fight yet again, as the inside line, though, is jammed up by Arthur and Hoppy.
Yeah, he's in there, but I don't know if it's time to press his luck or just stay in the mix. That's the way I would go at this point.
Yeah, at least 6 playoff drivers sit in the top 10, but also the top 10 has 4 rookies up there. Blake Hoppy, Jacob Malone, Kyle Rochelle, and I believe Cody Height, but Height has been totally tumbling around. And I do not want to forget Dakota Moniz, who's currently sitting 6th.
Yeah, these guys are they earn their spots. You know, they may be rookies, but they're out there with the big boys.
Yeah, I always say the guys that can hang with the top dogs are the ones that you find in the top 10. The ones still battling on the outside, I always say, are still learning out there and trying to figure out the track, if not figure out the other drivers out there. I would say, you know, most guys have seen drivers like Matthew George. You see how he snaps off the track there, but it doesn't seem to phase the 84 of Cody Height. Height continuing to drive behind him and does not seem phased by it all, but Cody Height is one of our rookies. So he's just kind of watching this race and seeing if this race can come to him instead of rising up and getting up to the front like Sonny D always does.
Yeah, that's kind of that was good. That's what I was suggesting with Jacob Malone is right now, don't burn your tires off. Don't try to push, around. Right now you're in third. Wait until you we have another pit stop to go, even without a caution, because they all stopped at 96, and I don't know. They've only been making it like 40 laps before they come in. So I'd say there's still another pit stop. So do it then. Wait until you're in the throes of it.
Right, but you also have to weigh your options of when to pit. We're seeing Blake Hoppy out there with his best time of a 29.39, which is actually a blazing speed out there. Right now running a 30.16. So Hoppy trying to see if he can charge back to the front here. See if he can hold that kind of speed that he had earlier here in the night. But as this track begins to cool down and the lights have come on, a lot of drivers are enjoying that time, and the ones who were up front have unfortunately fallen off. Speaking of falling off, we'll talk about some of our guys that we normally talk about, hardest chargers. We'll talk about our guys who've lost the most places. Everett Couch starting 23rd is sitting 23rd, currently down 12. Nick Geilis down 4, sitting 24th. Ryan Bird down 16, who's 26. Tom Senchak down 20 positions, down to the 27th. Josh Conover down 23. He's currently 28th. Down 28 positions is Aaron Krolick, who's currently 29th. Ryan Patty down 22 to 30th. Cody Smith down 15 to 31st. And it looks like Corey Harville down 6 to 32nd. 3 Toyotas smashed up here. Harville, Smith, and Patty. But Patty is able to return to the track, but he is light years off. But still going ahead and placing down some laps for the Doritos sponsor that he has on that car. Let's go ahead and take a look, as we had a couple of guys slinging 3 wide out there, if I'm not mistaken. Taking a look, I don't know if that was Aaron Krolick, who ended up going to the outside line, or if that was Tom Senchak.
Gee, that's not good. See,
Yep.
Cody Reeder?
Caution
Okay.
out. Oh, Cody Reeder not able to get in a position that'll get him back onto the lead lap here. This is probably going to give Everett Couch his lucky dog around that he desperately wanted.
Now, who just dove in on the apron there?
Now, Cody Reeder ended up getting a saying that Cody Reeder may have crashed here, but
Yes.
I don't know if he did it on purpose to get out of the way. Oof.
I don't think so. That's what I was saying. He was the meat in the sandwich there for a minute, and then he was gone. But I do not believe that has anything to do with Reeder's driving.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who in the world that is hanging out next to him there.
88 of Zach Hollinger.
Yep. And it goes over, and Tom Senchak doesn't even see it coming.
Oh, it goes right inside. Yeah, I think you might want to go do the overhead chopper thing again. I'm kind of curious if we've got some net code that if 88 and 17 actually touch to begin with. See, why is he turn up?
Why does who turn up?
Why is 88 turn up?
I don't know.
Ready? Bloop. Because Reeder was holding line. Wonder if he has some equipment failure, because he's still turning to the right when he hits send check.
Quite sure. Wasn't sure if the 49 was there the whole time. Not sure if Ryan Bird blinked or something. Yeah, Ryan Bird's there the whole time. Okay. Yep, Cody Reeder unfortunately gets the worst of it though. Looked like Senchak got nudged. He's going to be able to get back out there.
All right. Pit road's heating up again.
Yeah, well, everybody's coming down and revisiting pit road, and I think everybody knows this is going to be the last drop of fuel all the way to the end.
Yes. They can definitely make it now.
Yeah, 119 is when some of these guys came down to pit. From 11th place on up, came down on 119. Everybody else has just a little bit more. Another drop. So even if it's another 0.4 of a gallon, definitely want to top off here.
Well, the only one in that last one that didn't take 4 tires, though, was Chris Snyder. I mean, a lot of those guys took 4 tires and fuel on 120. So were they just delaying to try to get that extra?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. So Zach Hollinger back out after 53 seconds of repair. Looks like Cody Reeder's made it out again, too. Well, that's a new one for the playoffs. What in the world?
Yeah, I'm trying to see what's going on with Dylan Banks here.
Me too. What he was diving off for. Because what? Yeah, something, because he is down now in 23rd. So our Choose Cone car tonight is the St. Jude Foundation. A very good St. Jude Children's Hospital. If you ever wonder where to put any of that extra cash you have rattling around, that's a good spot for it. They do good work.
Accordion already starting here in the back. Everett Couts, Kevin Gunther started mushing each other up there just a little bit, because everybody's trying to get back up to speed here as we have resumed back under green flag. Out front once again is Tim Harper. Cameron Thompson joining right behind him. Both these guys are up 16 positions here on the night. Sit 1 and 2. Dakota Moniz is third. Brady Moats resuming back to the 4th position yet again. And Matthew George rounding out our top 5 as we get going here. Cody Height to the outside. We'll see if Cody Height can get this outside line working now. Waiting to see how Vincent Arthur, no matter what lane this guy picks, he seems to find the fastest one. Vincent Arthur now 8th. 125 at the line. Still continue the charge here up to the front. Brzezowski sitting 6th in his 4th. As close to that painted line as he can. Not bad, good rush there as he runs up the backside there of Matthew George. Dakota Moniz is stuck to his outside. Moniz needs to have a good finish. Right now, I love seeing guys that are teetering on the edge having the opportunity. And I know Moniz is one of the underdogs here in this chase. Fortunately, with a win in the beginning of the season and his regular season rank being 19th, the only driver here in the chase to be lower than that, Cody Smith in the number 20 car. Who is currently 24th out there with 1 regular season win.
and Dylan Banks ended up having that EOL because iRacing is doing weird stuff right now. Pit road was open and then closed on him. Yeah, him and possibly 6 others. So it put him in the back.
Wow.
Can you beat that?
Well, normally you have to make it past the commitment cone before it's closed, so I don't know if something happened. And he could probably fight that in case this goes wrong.
Well, me, I just got an EOL and I was up in the front at the beginning. That's wrong.
Right.
But speaking of Vincent, Arthur,
Oh,
and
we're going to have a caution here in the front.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
here
we
it
are.
goes.
Holding it. Oh.
Vincent Arthur able to slice right back in. 13th position for him, but as the tangle up happened. Holy cow, did they get lucky.
Everett Couch, Tim Harper, not so lucky. Yeah, what were you saying about it? Here comes a caution? Not again.
Yeah, as I try to find what happened here. Kind of stick around Vincent Arthur here. And see what happened.
Purple,
Notice
all the
up,
way in
up
the
front.
Yep.
47. There's the checkup. Matthew George. Matthew George stomps on the brakes.
Oh, goodness.
Now we'll keep on the number. Keep an eye on the number 1 car there. I don't know if he made an advancement past the 16. I may be able to say that was a little bit of recognize there. Wow, able to stick to it there. Good job, though. Vincent Arthur now fights into the top 10. Speaking of the top 10, Brady Moats, Cody Height, Joey Stats, not bad. Glad to see him up here top 5. Kyle Rochelle sits 4th. And then we roll back a little bit to Dakota Hendrickson, who sits 5th. A second beyond that sits Jacob Malone, Brian Jones, Cameron Thompson, Nate Brzezowski, Vincent Arthur. And then everybody else kind of teeters on back just a little bit. We are now single filed out with 25 laps left to go.
Yeah, Cameron Thompson was...
Oh,
hang on, Josh Conover. Oh, man. Was the first one that I saw... Yep, and now we have a caution. Was the first one I saw move on that last... kerfuffle. But like you say, everybody maintained. We had a few. I mean, like Tim Harper and whatnot. But wow, we get to see what caused this one.
All right, well, we'll take a look at it here. See what happened to Josh Conover. I think he might radio up on that one, say I don't quite know what that was all about. We'll take another look at it here. Whatever Couts is trying to do there. Do want to note a lot of our drivers are returning back down pit road. Brian Jones is one of them.
Yes.
Dylan Banks, yet another. Tim Harper. He is down here. I hate seeing that because Harper's been playing around up in the lead. I'll start him back in 20th. Nate Brzezowski. Trying to get some repairs done out there. About 45 seconds in the box. Zach Hollinger as well. Adam Kulikowski, who made contact with the backside there of Josh Conover. Here comes Nick Geilis. Into the box. Looks like tires for him. Cody Reeder. Reeder's been down here for a little bit as well, so almost nudging a minute. and Josh Conover. Right
Yeah,
now,
I
I
think
think
he
he's
may be.
pounding his head off the wall about that.
Yeah.
So, alrighty. Appreciate you guys joining us here at Simtrax Broadcasting. We're here with the National Oval Racing Association. If you guys think you can hang around with this league, you think you can drive as well as these guys, don't forget to apply. They're always open, taking a look for drivers out there. Get a hold of a couple of the admins out there. Brady Moats, Vincent Arthur, Josh Conover, Nick Geilis, Jacob Gladelick. Those will be the guys you can reach out to and see if you can come out here and put some laps down on the track with these guys. So, Stella, with our next upcoming race and what we've got here after Atlanta, you know, I would think even though with 22 to go, guys are not thinking about the next race, but I'm sure the owners and ownership is thinking about what the next race will be and, you know, and how they should prep for that track.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is an animal of its own, and they're going to be looking at 54 laps there.
All right, well, Watkins Glen, one of my favorite road tracks out there. Should be pretty exciting. Stella, if I'm not mistaken, I believe you will be on a plane.
I will. I probably will be somewhere over the Atlantic while you guys are running a road course.
Right. That'll be interesting. You have a safe trip out there. Let's go ahead and get this one back underway here. Let's say we're looking for Dakota Hendrickson here. Let's see if we can sit on the side of his car. Whoa! Late start there. Loses 4 positions now. Five.
You put some drag on his car with your camera.
Holy cow. Right now, Jacob Malone is getting ready to start throwing grenades at him. What a terrible start there by Dakota Hendrickson. Looked like he got caught off guard.
Yeah, that hurt quite a few fellas there on that line.
Yeah, outside line got absolutely torn to bits here as they march way backwards. Jacob Malone trying to revive this outside line. He'll have the help from Kyle Rochelle to the outside. Rochelle goes out there, helps pull the 69 up to the 6th spot. And the 56 machine going ahead and marching out of the way. Ryan Patty now has 30th. Tom Senchak is another driver, is now our 3rd, who is taking it back to the garage. Right now, Tom Senchak did not make it past the lap 96 wreck out there. He has been trying all night to get a hold of it. Remember I said he was third in the points.
Yes.
But he has been struggling something fierce to keep a hold of that. Now, Stella, we 19 to go. Right now, outside line has been the strongest all night. If you're outside line, do you give up on the outside line, seeing that every lap led, when they are currently side by side coming out of 4, has gone to the outside line as a lead lap?
Yeah, the outside line, you always tell me late in the race, rubber's up, and that is where you want to be.
Yep. It's definitely going to play off here. Jacob Malone, pretty happy about sitting behind the number 27 machine of Kyle Rochelle. Now would be a horrible time for Brady Moats to blink here.
Oh.
Kyle Rochelle currently sitting 11th in the points. Right now has the lead here at Atlanta. Top 5 are all playoff drivers. It's exactly what you want to see. Cameron Thompson rounding out the bottom of our top 10. Kristen Berry needs to pick up another couple of positions to get in for some points.
But look who just appeared on that inside line. How did he do that? He was behind somebody.
Yep. Voila.
Wow.
Yeah, right now, Jacob Malone was kind of praying that Kyle Rochelle would rotate down to block Vincent Arthur. He is not going to. Vincent Arthur going to stay on the bottom. Kyle Rochelle's going to stay on the top. So, but you'll notice as Rochelle starts to go down and scrub just a little bit right in the middle of the two lanes. Right in the middle of the two lanes, you're noticing that outside line starts to slow down again as a lot more air drag is starting to hit the front nose of Jacob Malone.
Dylan's out there rooting on Nightmare Motorsports. Dylan Dunford, that is.
Quick block there. Number 12 of Tim Harper comes down in front of Vincent Arthur. And not unlike Jacob Malone, right now, I don't think Tim Harper can handle that kind of pushing. There it is again. Yeah, Vincent Arthur's doing a whole lot of swiping here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I give it to Vincent Arthur. Vincent Arthur races to get out in front, to get that fresh air out in the lead. And if you start wobbling around in front of him, he's going to keep pushing. And no matter how it goes, he does not want to lose connection of you. And that, regardless if you start slipping or sliding around out there. So that's going to be tough as we get inside Vincent Arthur's machine here. Outside line able to get a little bit of a pull away here. Right now, Jacob Malone is trying to think how he's going to sling around Kyle Rochelle and try to take the win.
Yeah, well, I think Harper has something to say about that.
Yeah. Well, still led across that line, Rochelle, Malone, Harper. Outside line once again, leading another lap.
With 12 to go.
Yep. Right now, it's still 3 wide here in the back. Holy cow, Jake Christenberry coming from 11th to 7th.
Nice.
Yeah, doing a great job. Work that outside line here. Now there's a tumble up here in the back again. Contact with the wall. Joey's stats should be on the bottom. 48 machine of Dylan Banks coming into it. And Dakota Hendrickson, I believe, out there in the Celsius Toyota. Yes, as he's currently nudging the wall, riding in 12th. Here comes Aaron Krolick. Krolick starting to close the gap here. Krolick is unfortunately a boatload of laps down, sitting about, if I'm not mistaken, 44 laps down.
Ouch.
Yeah, which is really hurtful here by Krolick. Excuse me, 45 laps down.
Jacob Malone just took a push just now that swiped across his back bumper, but he did manage to maintain it.
Yeah, once again, Hoppy getting behind him there for the Engine Ice machine. Rochelle Malone, Tim Harper. 9 to go. Cody Reeder already there in the back. As you see Cody Reeder sliding back up into the track, making Matthew George go around him. He's going to end up joining out there with Josh Conover. Let's check out front. What is Malone doing? Malone's taking a look here. He's on the outside. Yeah, Vincent Arthur, you can see he's starting to get a little edgy here as you see him take a little peek to the outside. Takes another look. Yeah,
Wow.
right now, loosening up. Great job there by Brady Moats, not going up there and making contact with Vincent Arthur. Whereas I think we could end up in a huge pileup that he's not interested in being in.
Yeah, I think Malone may be waiting for his spotter to say that he's clear of Harper and he is going to dive down. That's the only way I can see that he's going to... I don't think he's going to get past Rochelle unless he does one of those wild, scoot through the middle of, watermelon seed version. Because right now Harper's managing to keep Vince and Arthur in check, so to speak. I think Arthur might have been out and left them by now if he wasn't behind Mr. Harper.
Yeah. I would say the only way Jacob Malone would be able to do this and like Hoppy come from behind and win this one is if they push Kyle Rochelle out farther than he's ever been. Like right now, he's out by 2 car lengths, and now would be the time to slice.
Dive.
But no can do. He's probably going to wait till later on. So he knows it can be done. Little nudge there by Dakota Hendrickson along the wall. And Right now, you are looking at our top 15 drivers racing it to the line. 5 to go. This time by. Here we go. Drake Kirstenberry sitting 6th.
Nice to see 15 in under a second apart.
Yes. I'm waiting to see if Brian Jones in the 16, the old Dustin Kleba car, if he's going to come alive. As he said, it's currently 9th. Still outside line.
Yeah, Vincent's hacking away again at that right bumper. I am hoping we do make it to the end of this race without a big one up front here.
Yeah. Starting to run out of time here. Brian Jones taking a peek to the outside of Christenberry. Solid run here. Notice how he gets nice and close.
Yeah, Christenberry has seen a lot of this field tonight.
Oh, Dylan Banks shooting up the gut.
Wow.
Aaron Krolick, too.
Wow.
That moves Dylan Banks into the 6th spot.
What a heck of a move. And take a look at the move we have up here.
Hoppy bailed. Hoppy to the inside.
Oh,
and Hoppy. Yeah, to the inside wall. Here he comes.
No, don't go up. Oh, sorry. We have a caution.
Caution comes out here.
Oh.
And
so this will be the first of our...
I believe Aaron Krolick is our one with the most damage out there. Look at that car.
Oh, his hood's bouncing around.
He is the one who slammed off the wall. Look at that car. And his
race
is...
He's in underwear.
Yeah, all right.
They're cute, though.
All right, Aaron Krolick. Boy, they didn't need this. So that's right here toward the end. Holy cow. This is awful. Let's take a look. All right, what started the bad push here?
A bad push? So Vincent Arthur peels up, puts Hoppy in the 12 into cahoots, and then we just lost. Oh, look at that. I think he just has a bad bubble of juju tonight.
Yeah. Well, once Hoppy was able to regain traction, you see the tires are locked up. He is desperately trying to come to a stop. I think the part that gets me is seeing, I'm not saying he caused any of this, but taking a look at what the 24 does to the 12, right there. So it looks like the 91 comes up the track just a little bit. The 12 is underneath of him.
Which causes Krolick to check up, and that was the end of that suit. Because he then gets tagged on the back corner. Woof.
Yeah, I think Hendrickson, I think that left front wheel's locked up too.
Yeah, he's throwing sparks.
All right, pace car lights are on. Choose cone time.
All right. These guys are so bad.
Well, if you think about it, right now, Jacob Malone is trying to figure out where Kyle Rochelle was going to go to line up away from him. He wants to get around that driver.
Don't you do it. You see that teasing.
Boy, this is going to mix it up a little bit here. I think Jacob Malone right now has made the right choice here to the outside. Jake Christenberry will be right behind him. So that's going to be a good choice there.
And it should make Megan Beetle very happy.
Yep. Yeah, 18 the 91 of Blake Hoppy, who was up here in the top 5, down to 21st. And Tim Harper is the one who made contact, hanging out here in 8th. But Vincent Arthur still remains sitting 5th.
All right. Pace truck is off.
2 to go at the line. Kyle Rochelle, Jacob Malone, the 2 rookies in the front. Rochelle's been up front most of the night. Jacob Malone started outside the top 10, and here we go. Green flag is out. White flag, next time by. Kyle Rochelle and Malone get a good jump here.
Oh.
Yep, already sending it 3 wide. The number 12 slices to the middle here. We're going to stick with our leaders, though. Right now, as we keep the 3 wide on the edge of our screen, here's Malone's chance. Finally, Jake Christenberry. Christenberry fumbles here. Arthur going to send it up the center. Right now, this is horrible timing for Christenberry to mess up on that one. That's going to give 1 and 2. Jacob Malone falling behind. And white flag this time by. Here it comes. Malone just has to hold it. Banging around. Dylan Banks goes around. But watch this. As Vincent Arthur dooring Nick Gillis here. Getting a huge push. Spencer Burton from nowhere. And Cameron Thompson, currently sitting right now 15th in the points, is running away with this one. Cannot as Jacob Malone slides on around, looking to see if the 10 is going to block. Not quite sure why the 10 is full sending it, though. As Spencer Burton, not in the playoffs, runs him to the line and gets him.
Wow.
Right now, Cameron Thompson had everything except the win, and what he was lacking was the draft. He did not have any help out there, giving Malone enough time to spin through.
Wow. So, Malone, Burton, Thompson, Snyder, Gillis, hello. Gunther, Arthur, Dunford, Harper, and Height. Those are our top 10 finishers. Unofficial results, of course.
Top 5 moved up at least 11 positions here on the night. Spencer Burton gained 31.
Wow.
Malone up 11, Burton up 31, Thompson up 15, Snyder up 24, Gillis up 15, Gunther up 21, Brandon Dunford, who was 8th, up 24, Tim Harper up 8, and Cody Height up 11. The only person who did not gain a position, actually lost one tonight, is Vincent Arthur, who finished 7th. Working his way back to pit now. Great job here by Jacob Malone. Getting in and out of him.
Yeah, it's interesting because he and Jacob Malone and Burton both came in like on 119 and 120. I mean, we have guys that came in for, for 4 sets, all 4 tires on 155. So that's wild.
Yeah, great job here by Jacob Malone coming away with this win. Desperately needed it, that's for sure. Desperately needed it. So he is going to be our first guy who has locked himself into the next round here.
That he is. And this will help Cameron Thompson a great deal.
Oh, huge. Huge. Yeah, Cameron Thompson saw Cody Smith and Harville out of it. They finished back 31 and 32nd. And right now he's showing how much rubber he still has left on those tires. Great job here. Let's try to find all of our drivers. Jacob Malone locking himself in. Not bad here. Not bad at all. Look how close he won, though.
That's tight.
That's 50 thousandths of a second. That was close. That was close. All right, well, hopefully we'll talk to Jacob Malone here pretty soon. Fantastic job here, as all of our drivers reeling it in. Brian Jones, unfortunately, after that last lap tangle-up that we saw happen, looks like he was involved in it right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, 27th through 32nd.
That's a lot of playoff green.
Oh, yeah. So, fortunately, some of that regular season help is going to come into play and try to help themselves across that one. So, Jacob Malone winning getting at least one stage and the most important one, the one at the end. Only one green-white checkered had to be flown, and we're back at it. All right, guys, hold on. Let's try to reel these guys in.
Well, this fake race, honestly, like we were in the back, stage one and stage two. I have one of my live spotters here, and we were just talking about how I just can't get through this field. And finally, that one caution came out, and I was like, we're just taking no tires, and we're filling the fuel, and we're trying to get to the front there. We finally got to the front. We did a couple blocks, one block that did not work very well. But then final lap there, white flag, they wrecked in front of me, and I had the biggest gap of my life, and I was just praying I could hold it, and that did not happen.
Yeah, without the draft here at a super speedway, man, you're out there like a sitting duck. I give it to you though for not throwing a block and causing a bigger mess there on the white flag. You know, you held it and kept rolling on through. How does this help your confidence level, you know, moving the rest of the way through the season, through the playoffs here, seeing that you're currently sitting 15th before the points you gained tonight?
This will give us a little bit of a bubble here now going to the Glen. Anyone can really happen. I'm just going to do a bunch of practice laps here, see if we can kind of get a better place here. And then Bristol, you could wreck that thing turn one. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a wild card here, but hopefully, you know, this bubble helps a little bit.
Yeah, but Bristol, you can also be almost 20 laps down and somehow get back on the lead lap before the end. So it's
true.
Yeah, definitely those short laps, man. They work out really, really well out there. But man, definitely, I guarantee you, you're one of the drivers, including Jake Christenberry, that was hoping for a fantastic finish tonight. But fortunately, you were one of the ones who did. So, man, the Glen, it's going to be a tough one here. What was the hardest part about Atlanta tonight?
It was really hard to pass tonight. Like, both lanes were just stalled out, it felt like, and you just really couldn't get anything going. And the cars are really start getting slick on old tires, so you can't even really get that third lane to go. I mean, we saw it a couple times where people got the third lane to go, and we just kind of wrecked it out. So, very hard to pass, but hey, we finally made it to the front. We got a good finish out of it.
Yeah, I'm noticing as this track is starting to get patched up, oddly enough, after the fresh pave that they put down. It's starting to get a little more tricky out there. But Cameron Thompson, congratulations on your third place finish, man. Shout out time.
Thanks. Shout out to everyone watching the stream here. All my friends and family watching. Appreciate all you guys. And let's do it. Let's go win a championship. We got this.
All right, man. Definitely. I'm hoping, crossing our fingers, this will put you into the top 12, man, at least above the cut line. All you got to do is keep the consistency going, and you'll roll on through. So congratulations, man, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that's Cameron Thompson. Moving us on to Spencer Burton. Spencer, what in the world happened out there, man?
A lot of chaos there at the end, and the seas parted pretty wide for me going on the front stretch, and I guess I capitalized on the opportunity I was given.
Ah, okay, so that's not a pun of saying you shot through there like Taco Bell, huh?
Oh, I was ringing that bell. I was trying to bring that freedom thing home. I was trying to get free tacos for everybody, you know.
Man, but what a race this was, man. Definitely multiple tangle ups here tonight. I didn't see where you got tangled. You got hung up in too many of them, but I thought you got nailed earlier in the race.
I got nailed a couple times. There was a big checkup going into turn 3 where I got hit completely sideways. Somehow hung on to it. Looked like Kyle Busch at Daytona riding the apron. I don't know. Might trade in my 4 wheels on a NASCAR, go maybe skateboarding after this one, because that grind was pretty sick. But I'm just happy I hung on to it and was able to come back and get second and slide back up into the field with how these things snap back.
All right. Well, speaking of snapback, we ended up heading to the Glen next week. Should we see you there? And if so, what's your confidence level?
I'm not a big road course racer. I don't know if I'll be able to make that one, but if I do, my confidence is not really high. Yeah, I'm not all that good at the Glen. I never have been. I don't know why. It's got my number.
Yeah, well, the way I look at it, man, a non-playoff driver picked up 31 positions tonight, placed second, and now guys who desperately needed points, you have now become that roadblock for them. They are unable to do that, and I really appreciate guys who are not in the chase still able to go up there and place now. So the ones, Vincent Arthur needed a good finish tonight. Kristen Berry needed a good finish. Matthew George, needed a good finish. You're here in second, and it's, hey, I'm here to play. I'm here to win too. And it was definitely a shootout there right at the line, as you only missed it by about 50 thousandths of a second, and that was definitely close.
It definitely was. I was gonna pinch the 69 car a little more. I really did want that win. I was gonna be that guy and really run him, but I realized he's in the playoffs. This is my second race. I got an opportunity from a buddy of mine, and I didn't want to be that guy to take out a championship contender all because I'm trying to get greedy for a win. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope I can throw my name in the mix in a couple more races, make it hard on some guys, but not be that guy that wrecks them. Just make it hard on them, because this is racing, and there is no freebies when it comes to racing. You got to get it where you get it. So
There you go.
Yeah.
make them earn it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to see how that works out. I'm guarantee you right now, Jacob Malone's probably jotting your name down, and then he'll probably return the favor
I keep
next
an eye out
season.
for
It ain't gonna
you.
be these playoffs, but it'll be next season. Spencer, go and
can't
give me
wait.
shout outs here, buddy.
Just want to give a shout out to Nick Hollinger Racing, Nightmare Racing. I just want to give a shout out to all my teammates helping me out through this race. I mean, the communication was unbelievable. I want to give a shout out to you guys for putting on a great broadcast and letting us, do what we do and have the opportunity to come out here and race every night on Tuesday and just enjoy it. We all like to get away and escape, and it's a fun thing to do, especially when you're had a rough day or something. You come here, you get a second place, or you just have a good fun race. It's something fun. So I'm very thankful for all the opportunities, and I can't wait to be here full time next year.
Oh man, that's gonna be exciting. Spencer Burton, appreciate you, buddy, and we'll see you next time you race.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Too.
Alrighty. Stella, that's our second place finisher, and that moves us up to Jacob Malone, who did everything he could to come away with this one, and what a race it was. And we talked to him a little bit before the race, but here he is, Jacob Malone, coming away with Stage 2 win, and the most important one, the one here at the end. Talk to me about how much, quote, following you did out there, Jacob.
I'm gonna be honest, stage 1 was kind of a bad stage for me. I was pretty aggressive, and it got on people's nerves. I made it 4 wide. It caused the wreck at the end of stage 1. So I dialed it back a lot in stage 2 and stage 3. Still had some aggressive moves, of course, but I dialed it back, and it kind of led me to the stage win in stage 2, allowing other people to make mistakes. And then the race win at the end was just me avoiding the carnage, man. I got lucky. I still had front end damage, but hey, it worked.
Yeah, you were just able to squeak by on some of this, but I would probably say, I was trying to call it from the booth here. That outside line, no matter what lap, I knew when you and Vincent Arthur were racing earlier in the race, the inside line just could not hold the kind of speed coming out of the turns. Apparently, you would agree as you took the outside line on the final restart of this race.
Yeah, I kind of wanted Kyle to you know, go up high. I kind of wanted to just work with him and push him, but that didn't work. So I kind of just separated it from him and had Jake behind me pushing me, which was a lot of help. I then had the guy who finished second push me when we got stuck 3 wide, and it worked for me. So that was really big.
If the plan, or okay, let's try this reword this. If you had ended up behind the 27, would you have pushed him to the win or shot around him at the final turn?
I would have passed him. Wait, hold on. Ask the question again.
If
Kyle
you were,
Rochelle.
yeah. If you were still pushing Kyle Rochelle in front of you, and we were coming around for the last lap, would you have tried to pass him at the line?
Yeah, I would have tried to pass him though. I was gonna sit behind them and then on the entering 3 and 4 if I had the inside clear, or if I could make the third line work, I would have just moved up and it would have kind of. That's what my original plan was, but it went completely out the window once stage that one end of that green white checkers started.
Phew. Man,
Yeah, I
what a
think
race.
that late stage caution there may have really done you some favors in allowing you to pick, whether you wanted to be behind or in front, and I think that made a lot of a difference for you.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely for sure. All right, well, Jacob, before we get to shout-outs, we got the Glen next week. Man, confidence level heading into a road course. We've seen you do pretty well, but we've seen you send it sometimes and end up greeting a couple of tires here and there.
I hate the Glen.
Tell me how you really feel.
I'm being honest. That is the worst road course for these cars, in my opinion. Take me back to Coda, please. Never take me back there again. I mean, so far from what I've talked to for other people running their lap times, I'm fast, but like mistakes are gonna be prevalent, and I'm gonna try to find a way to cut them off, but depends. The final race is Bristol. That's not gonna go well for me. That
Oh,
that's a bad track. Bristol is horrible. That's a track that I really want to talk about. Get that off the schedule,
Oh
please.
my, are you kidding me?
yeah, at least
I,
they
I love
finally got the
Martinsville. I
dirt.
love every other short track, but Bristol.
At
Dude,
least they got the dirt off the track. I
Yeah.
mean, so,
I'd actually rather have it with dirt. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh
Oh,
my
wow.
gosh.
Like real life, it's amazing, but in iRacing, I hate it so much. It's like I don't know if it's because I just suck, but like I hate the track, and I'm never fast there. So thank goodness I won Atlanta because I would have been in a must-win for the Glen. And knowing my luck on road courses, I'll finish second.
Dude. All right, well, I love Bristol. It's one of my favorite tracks. The only hint I can say is sit down in the car. Take it as you will, but we'll see if that assists you to most problems that do end up occurring out there. Shout out time, Jacob.
I want to shout out Jake for pushing me, and my owner Joey for being in the race there. Wanted to shout those two out specifically, and then the guy that finished second, I think it was Burton.
Spencer
He
Burton.
pushed, yeah, he pushed me by his teammate and by the 41 car of Cameron, which benefited me entirely. I would also just like to thank my friend Chase Crawl for making this beautiful paint scheme for me. He's gonna have to update it though. We need another wind sticker on it.
Nice.
Ooh. Where are the wind stickers on that thing?
I don't know if this one has any, but I know my other one has them. But I'll
Because
just tell him
you
to
put
update
them
it.
on like World War II fighting aces, kind of thing.
I have it like everyone does it. I'm gonna check right now to see if I have it on. I just put this paint scheme on like 30 minutes before the race. I was
Bro.
tired. Dude, man, I was at conditioning, so I got home late, but you know, we got home and we won.
Yeah, I wonder if it's the Bucky sticker right above the quarter panel.
No, so it's the you see next to my name thing on the
Yep.
door rails, that's the winner sticker right there. So
Oh,
we need to add another one.
Nice.
cool. All right, Jacob, congratulations on your win here. Definitely getting one out of the way, and one that was well sought after by so many other drivers. And we'll see you at the Glen.
This sounds good to me. Have a good one, man.
You too. All right, that is it for Jacob Malone. Great job he had out there, and what a race it was. He definitely held on to that one all the way to the end. And I think Nick Gillis out there in the chat is probably not much of a fan of that last move in the pass here at the end, as Gillis drops down to 5th, unfortunately. But Stella, what a race. This ended up working out perfectly to Jacob Malone's plan, and it's going to go well for him from here on out, as I believe he slings himself into the second round.
Oh yeah, win and you're in, babe.
Alrighty, well, that's going to do it for us here with the National Oval Racing Association. This is Simtrax Broadcasting signing off for tonight. Be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.